Listen to yourself and your needs. When you are deciding on the things that you want to happen for yourself, you want to make sure that you are doing what you know that you want to do. You do not want to get to the end of your life and realize that you didn't do what you actually wanted to do. You don't want to have a midlife crisis and be like, dang, I wanted to do A, B, and C. I wanted to go to school. I wanted to get this certification. I wanted to go into this specific field of work, and I never even gave myself the chance. Take the time to actually understand what you want and understand it deeply, because there are too many times where we think that we know what we want, and you really have absolutely no idea what you want. When it comes to the depth of what you truly want, when it comes to how you want it to happen, you really just don't know, and you're lying to yourself saying, I know what I want to do. I'm good. I know myself great. And it's like, no, you don't. You actually never sat down with yourself. You're so busy having TikTok up, watching the TV, distracting yourself with a million things, reading fictional books and living precariously through them. That is not knowing yourself, okay? Shoving your face with food and distracting yourself from reality, that is not knowing yourself. You have to put down the fork, put down the phone, put your phone in airplane mode. You have to do things to force yourself to sit with yourself, because we are in a day and age where there is a distraction on every single corner. And when you are constantly distracted, how do you get time with yourself? We all know that you have to have quality time with somebody in order to get to know them, but you're not even having quality time with yourself, and you are assuming that you just automatically know everything about you. You know what you want. And that is not how it works, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen. So make the choice that you are going to put down the distractions, sit down the phone, sit down the TikTok, and just sit with yourself and really get to know yourself. Understand, what is it that you truly want? And that sounds like such a simple question, but it really runs deep. And I highly suggest for you to ask yourself, why? Do you want this because people tell you that that's what you should want? Do you want this because it's your backup plan? Do you want this because whatever? You have to make that choice to question yourself. Question yourself like it is an intensive interview. Question the why. You know how people be like, you want a job here at an interview? Do you want a job here? You're like, yeah. Why do you want to work here? Money. Well, you have to question yourself like that, even if it sounds really stupid. Like, obviously I'm here for the money. Go and ask yourself the questions, even if it sounds really stupid, and even if it sounds like, duh, why else would I want that? Like, ask yourself those questions. Ask yourself the dumb questions, because those questions help you to really get into the root of the actual why. And it may actually be deeper. Your answer may be deeper than what you thought that it would be. Because if you're telling yourself, I want money, how much money? I want X amount of money. Well, why do you want that much money? Well, I want it because I want financial security, and I want to be able to afford to get blah, 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 blah. And I want to be able to support my future generations. And like you're building up your reasons. You're building up your why. And the deeper you go, the more ways you end up finding out how to actually make that happen for yourself. And the more reasons you find on why you should continue going, why you shouldn't quit. But in this process, getting to know yourself is so important, because that way you can trust yourself more. And when you trust yourself more, you believe in yourself more. And when you believe in yourself more things end up happening, because the key to success, the key to wealth, the key to happiness is self-belief. And so you have to trust yourself, because here's the thing. If you just came across some random person on the street and they sat here and told you to invest your money in some type of crypto or whatever, if you don't know them and you don't trust them, then why would you believe them? You're like, I don't trust you. Why should I trust you? Why should I trust anything that you're saying? And because I don't trust you, I'm not going to believe you. So you have to build up that trust for yourself, because if you're telling yourself, I'm going to make this happen, this is what I want, but you don't really know yourself, then you can easily sit here and be like, I don't trust you. Why would I believe you? So take your time to actually get to know that. Take your time to actually get to understand yourself and dig deep. Again, treat it like it's an interrogation process, okay? Go into it with yourself. And I know it may sound like you're crazy, but you know what? Take even that. Throw that out the window. Don't sit here and think that you're crazy, even though you may feel like it. Just sit there and be like, you know what? I'm not crazy. I'm just having an interrogation with myself, and it's for the better. So think through it so you can understand yourself better. You can plan better. And then you won't be unhappy with the things that you have, because so many times people will say, I want blah, 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 blah. They really won't go deep into why that is. And then when they do get that thing, then they're unhappy. And they're like, why am I unhappy? It's because you didn't really understand why you wanted it, and you didn't understand the weight that it actually has in your life. Because you can think that this thing has a huge impact and it carries so much weight for you, but in reality it really doesn't carry that much weight. Like, you don't really care all that much. You only care because someone told you to care. You only care because people insinuated that you should care. You only care because it's a lot of work for you to be able to get it, so thus you should care. And that doesn't mean that you're always going to. Just because people say this thing or it takes this much work or whatever doesn't necessarily directly link to your appreciation for it. And you want to make sure that the things that you have in your life you actually appreciate, because success isn't just about money. Success isn't just about things, but it's also, what is your joy with the money? What is your joy with the things? Do you know why it's so important to you? Maybe that Lambo isn't that important to you. Maybe you really just do not care that much. But instead of buying a Lambo, buying a vacation home is way more important to you. So you have to debate with yourself. You have to understand yourself so that you can get deep down and you know what you want, and thus you can trust yourself to get what you actually want to see. And that belief in itself will drive you to where you actually want to be, and actually getting everything that you want. The sun's going down, it's getting dark in here, but I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please consider subscribing. Please make sure to take care of yourself physically, mentally, financially, spiritually, and all the other ways, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.